Borderline personality disorder. A disorder of your personality. I hope that you all had a safe and fun 420. I would like to say that I had a safe and fun 420. Would like to say that. Sadly, it did not work out that way. Instead of getting blissfully sedated and appreciating all of the finer qualities of marijuana, I was instead in the emergency room. If there is one thing that I do not want to do on 420, or any day for that matter, that would be being in the emergency room. I was having a normal, just regular day, nothing special or spectacular. Somewhere along the way, during the course of the day, I had noticed that my right ankle was a little tender, just a little tender. I wear these big old heavy-duty military boots. I also have a tendency to lace them up super tight. Quite often, I get so busy that I don't even bother to take them off. I'll fall asleep with them on. I've gone days before with these boots on. I've had these boots a long time. I've had them for years. I've gone weeks, months with these boots on. When I was homeless, I didn't have the opportunity to be taking my shoes off. So occasionally they will hurt my feet or my ankle. I wasn't really giving it much thought. Occasionally this happens. I figured I'd been on my feet too long, probably had my laces tied too tight. Fuck. Ugh. Ugh. A few hours passed when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, that tenderness turned into, motherfucker, I gotta get these fucking boots off now. But, my boot might as well have just burst into flames. My ankle just exploded in pain. Removing the sock in the boot did not alleviate my pain. Of course, I examined the ankle, and nothing really out of the ordinary. There was a small little red mark. Exactly the type of thing that you would expect to see if you had been wearing your boots too long and had the laces too tight. Even though I was in extreme pain, the thought of going to the emergency room had not even crossed my mind. It wasn't even an option because that's not what I do. I don't go to the emergency room. The reasoning is, this is why I don't go to the doctors either, is because they can never do anything. As far as I'm concerned, all that doctors can really accomplish, getting you high, a good legal pharmaceutical high, they're good at that, so they're great drug dealers. Okay, I'll put it this way. The best doctors can do is make your suffering a little bit more manageable. And the nearest hospital's 30 some odd miles. Nobody was home. My roommates were all out having a good time. I wasn't going to bug anybody to have to come home to pick my ass up to take me to a doctor. Just no. There was an incident where I got MRSA. I didn't know it was MRSA at the time. I was going to ride it out. That was my plan. It would go away eventually. Going to the doctor, they'll just give me some pain pills and send me on my way. I didn't have medical insurance at the time. Without insurance, just walking into the emergency room is going to set you back about $500. That's just to walk in. You decide to talk to a receptionist, here's another $500. If a nurse sees you, you're up $1,000. If you look at one of their fancy machines, that's about $5,000. So yeah, it's not worth it. I've spent over $30,000 on doctors that did nothing for me. So I had MRSA. I didn't have insurance. There was no way in hell I was going to go to a doctor. At the end of 8 days or so, I was stuck in bed. I could not get out of bed. I really had no concept of what day it was or what was going on. All I could focus on was the extraordinary pain that I was in. It didn't matter what position I laid in or anything. Nothing would stop this pain. It was just searing and intense, and it clouded it was all I could think about. And I laid in that bed and I screamed in pain for at least 48 hours straight. Well, after 48 hours or so, I went from screaming in agony to nothing, to just silence. Well, apparently that's what these roommates had been waiting for. So once I was unconscious, they dragged my ass out to the car and took me to the emergency room. Apparently I was pretty close to death, pretty close. I didn't see a white light or nothing. The reason I'm telling you this is not to show my stupidity and how stupid I can be, but just to give you an example of, one, my pain tolerance. I would rather lay there for 48 hours screaming until I go unconscious than go to an emergency room. That was until the ankle incident of 420. My pain level shot up to a level that I didn't even know existed. I was under the belief that the MRSA incident, the pain that I had gone through with that, was the highest threshold of pain that the human body could go through. The pain that my ankle went into made the whole MRSA pain like getting a paper cut, or, well, paper cuts suck. All right, it made the MRSA thing look like a trip to Disneyland. I cannot describe the pain to you. I can't. There are not words that would give it justice. There's no words that have ever been created that could begin to even scratch the surface of it. It was bad enough that I called the roommates, explained the situation. I'm looking forward to death, to dying. At the same time, though, I'm not looking forward to a long, agonizing death. I would like to die peacefully. Even pain's fine. It was just the pain that I was in was unacceptable. Short story long, did wind up in the emergency room to find out that I am just getting old, apparently. It was gout. Well, I don't know if it's, we don't technically 100% know that it's gout, but that's what they're leaning towards. Apparently, to be 100% sure, they would need to get liquid from the joint. Does not sound pleasant. Definitely not something I was going to let them do that night. So, what is gout, you ask? I'm not really sure. It's something that hurts like a son of a bitch, I can tell you that much.
Gout is a form of inflammatory arthritis that is caused by deposition of uric acid in the joints. Elevated uric acid in the blood is the main problem, which is called hyperuricemia. Hyperuricemia is either caused by elevated production of uric acid in the body or by impaired ability of the kidneys to basically get rid of uric acid from the body. The uric acid ultimately builds up in joints and is deposited in joints because of the cooler temperatures there facilitates formation of uric acid crystals in these joints. And ultimately, uric acid can trigger white blood cells to cause acute inflammation, which leads to the inflammatory arthritis.
So, what do these great, awesome drug dealers, pushers give me for this excruciating pain? 1 Norco.
Fuck you!
They give me 1 Norco, some 500 milligram ibuprofen, and an antibiotic just in case it's not gout and it's an infection of some sort. So for the gout itself, which I have described as being a pain that nobody can understand unless they're going through it, and should only be reserved for like the inner levels of hell, I get 1 Norco and some ibuprofen.
Fuck you! Fuck you! I'm fucking dying here! I'm fucking dying!
I will say that Norco was the most amazing drug I've ever done. I've done Norcos in the past, and not for pain, just for recreational fun use. I'd pop 4 or 5 of them, along with doing some meth and pot and getting drunk. I never appreciated what 1 Norco could do when you're not abusing drugs and in extreme pain. It took that pain and made it, I would say, manageable, but it made it even better than manageable. I mean, I was still hurting, but I could function. It turned my pain into a minor inconvenience. Now, here's where the problem is that I have learned, for me, 1 Norco is going to last anywhere between 5 to 6 hours. Now, how I know this is because about 5 to 6 hours after taking this Norco, the pain in my ankle started to slowly accelerate and start getting worse. Until once again, I was in that extreme hell pain that had sent me to the emergency room in the first place. I mean, instead of going to the emergency room and wasting all that time, I just reached out and got some Norcos. It is amazing how expensive a Norco is. It's insane. It's ridiculous. What's really ridiculous about it is I have medical insurance and I get free prescriptions. So if they were to write me a script, I could get it for free. I was figuring, though, if they were going to give me a script, they would have done it when I was there. My fear at this point is, in about 5 hours, what am I going to do? not only has the original ankle not gotten any better, but the other ankle is now doing the exact same thing. So it too has the gout, but it's feeling and looking exactly like the other one did. So I do believe in about 5 to 6 hours, I'm going to be maybe in the emergency room again. It is Monday tomorrow though, so if I can hold out, maybe my actual primary health doctor will be able to fit me in and I can go see them. I really don't want the taxpayers to have to pay for all the extra fees of the emergency room, but I'm not going to go through that hellish pain. If I have to, I will go back there. Facing the situation of I don't have any more Norcos, and when the pain returns in about 5 to 6 hours, I don't have that drive to go like do whatever I can to get it, but I do have that fear of just knowing that extreme pain. It's weird. It's so different, but still kind of the same. What do you think I should do? Should I wait to see my primary health physician? Or should I say, screw it, it's not my money, it's taxpayer money, and go back to the emergency room? Or, I guess there's option 3, none of them and just ride the pain out. Let me know in the comment section below. If you've not yet subscribed, I encourage you at this point to subscribe. We're going for 500, 1,000, 5,000 subscribers. Then I believe we're taking over the world, one subscriber at a time. So please hit that subscribe button. Until next time, keep on keeping on.